Hello and welcome back to the 20th of December. This is also the 20th part of my advent calendar for 2023. Me being Felonious the Wizard. We are doing Shunting Puzzles. But not really today, because today we are not going to look at something that is working, at least not in Rule the Rail. This is two math objects from a math book according to Matt Scroggs. You know, he made that one with the bridge. So yes, he thought that this was in a math book that he had. I'm not sure. But he wasn't sure if it looked like this or looked like this. The thing is, you should switch places between these two wagons, and you have your loco down there, and it should stop there as well. Now, he had a bit of a problem. He thought that this is unlimited and this is unlimited, but there you can only have one wagon or the loco. Which means that if you have a loco with a wagon, you are going to stand over the switches. But as you can probably see, there's a question mark. Rule the Rail doesn't have a V switch. And we need that in order to get there. Perhaps we can get one of those. Yes, that one works fine. But I don't think we can get the other one up there. Nope, it stops. That means that we can't even get the loco coming from this end going up and change lane. Because we don't have that type of switch. Otherwise it seems a bit simple, because there's only one limit, and that is up there, unless here you can have both wagons and the loco on these ones. The other one he had thought was more, I think is more right. There are two limitations, over here and over here. If there's a buffer, there's a limitation, but this one is unlimited. Again, we have a question mark. Again, we cannot use this. Of course, I could, if I wanted, put a normal switch here, but that means that I need to have even more space this way. And that means that we can get a lot of stuff inside here. Because if I put a straight down, there is no 90 degrees cornering or something like that. You have to make sure that you have all this. I mean, if I just put, let's say can I put you over there? If I just split this like this, I might actually get them both, but this one will get down here, which means that he can't fit this way. So that is the problem with this type of puzzle. On the other hand, this is the same puzzle as we had on the bridge. The bridge was working, it worked fine, and it is the same thing, so I'm not that bothered. However, we are going to go over to something totally else that's also not a puzzle as such. This is called The Switchman's Nightmare, made by Lynn Westcott back in 1956. This is just a layout of, let's say, a shunting yard or an industrial area or whatever. You can use this type of layout in order to get different types of things. Now this is more or less just an ingle nook down here, and then there are some extra sidings all over the place. Now I have put some buildings here just to make sure that you understand that there are actually work to be done here. Now I can take even more buildings if I want to. But I haven't put any detachments anywhere because there are no rules to follow. So this is a bit of a bother. You cannot use this as a puzzle as such, but you can use it if you get your own rules, so to speak. Now I can think of many things. First of all, we have an exit over here and an exit over here. Trains might actually come in here, leave wagons and leave that way, or just pass through. You know, it could be either way. Now I was thinking that we should build a puzzle of this, because that's one way of doing stuff. Now I'm not I am not a good puzzler as such, but I thought that perhaps we should start with ground rules. We need to make sure that we have limitations on these sidings. How many can you fit? I just put out a bunch of tracks and that's it. Are you allowed to place anything down on this one, because they are going straight through? I see also that I put an isolator. That means that we can use double powering, which is both good or bad, whatever. So my ground thing is this. During the night, 3 trains came in and left wagons for different places. Perhaps the red wagons should be down on this siding because they are going to be unloaded here. Perhaps the tank wagons should be down here because that's what they are going to be unloaded. We also have an unloading place here. Perhaps that should also be used. 1 wagon or 2 wagons, depending on. And then we have this. Might be a 1 or 2 that needs to be fixed or something like that. And then we have empty wagons. Where are we going to put them in case there is one? Let's say that these 3 trains arrive with 5 wagons each. They just put them wherever they thought was good because they didn't bother. So they might be all over the place, and there'll be perhaps 2 red ones in one train and 1 red wagon in the second one, and 1 wagon in the third one, and all these 4 wagons should be over at this end, and you have to shunt them around. There is one thing that is a bit of a bother, and that is this part. This part and this part is like in the time saver, the ones where you suddenly put the loco in the right order. Because you don't want to back your loco into a siding and suddenly, oh, the wagon should be here, not the loco. You have to make sure that you can back in the wagons and then just drive out the loco. That's one rule. So I was thinking, both you and me, we can do this. Perhaps you can give me some points on where we should do, what we should do, and then I'll go on and make for tomorrow the limitations, the detachments, the power and all that, and how many wagons has arrived during the night. We'll see if we can do anything with this, because I like the layout and I like the fact that it is from 1956. This layout is actually even older than me. That is a fact. So I'll be back tomorrow and we'll see if we can do a puzzle with this. Simple, hard, well, we'll see. I have no idea. It has to be made at least so we can do it. Good. See you tomorrow then. Bye.